Mr. Gano. He's a math teacher. I used to bounce aspirins off his bald head. I did. I sat in the back of the classroom. I go, boing. I'd bounce him off his old bald head because I couldn't stand him. He didn't like me. I didn't like him either. Then Mr. Worley with me too. Oh man, he used to tan my hide, buddy. Whew.
I got into all kind of trouble with Gerald Dickens because I called him Gerald, and he made me right. I will not call Mr. Dickens Gerald again. 500 times I think
on the
he took.
blackboard.
He made me write that.
Well, any good things that y'all
Any good things? Yes, I love
A lot of
Marsh
good
Fork.
things.
A lot
Love
of good
band.
things. Love the band. I was in the band, and I love study hall because I got to take phys ed because I didn't have to take study hall. So
I read through study hall.
Not me, buddy. I went out there on that ball field and whatever we was doing that day. I was happy, buddy. Mr. Webb wouldn't make me do anything but because I hated study hall. But I loved Marsh Fork. I did. It was a good school. A lot of good people, a lot of good teachers.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, this is my second one.
And this is my
1.5.
1.5. So I only got to come one day, the last one, the one I come back.
So, but we rather enjoyed. I loved the last time I came. It was so great. A lot of the older people would tell us things that they did. And we did the same thing when we was in school. I mean, we did exactly the same thing the older people. And I loved it. I mean, listening to them tell their stories, it was great. I enjoyed it. I hope we have them forever. I mean, I hope they never stop having these reunions because they are great.
I was excited because I moved away from here, and I don't know the people here anymore. You know, like she stayed here, and she knows everybody, and I don't. So I'm really excited to see everybody.
Real good.
Got any stories you'd like to tell us about Marsh Fork?
I know the principal whooped me one time. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, well, right now.
52, and he was smart, and he quit in the 8th grade.
Yeah. And well, we live in Cleveland, Ohio now, so we come back every reunion meeting. You know, we enjoy it.
Seeing all your friends.
Oh yes, but we've lost a lot of them too. I'm getting a little bit agey myself. I'm 73. Yeah, 73. So.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us?
Oh, just that quite a few of our class come to these reunions, and we had our 50th last year down in Charleston. So, and I guess this year we celebrate our 50th here. Looking forward to it, yes,
You guys got some stories you'd like to tell us about Marsh Fork?
Not really.
Well, are you excited about being here tonight?
It's my first time.
First time?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to see a lot of people you haven't seen for a while.
I've only seen about one or two.
Hopefully you'll see more than that tonight.
Yeah.
We're glad that you came.
Okay.
I was a teacher from 1955 to 1967, commerce, typing, bookkeeping, and shorthand when I had to.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us about Marsh Fork High School?
Oh, I love it. I hate to see it close. It breaks my heart. There's just too many memories down there. I never did go to school down there, but I had a lot of relatives and friends that did. Oh, well, the first class I had in 55, 56 was the best class of kids I have ever had. We had fun together. We had plays. We went to ball games. We went on journalism trips. And then each year it got a little bit harder to discipline, but all in all, they were good kids. That first class, I forget, we did a survey. They went on to be, most of them professionals, lawyers. One went through the Naval Academy. some of them are dentists, and they were good kids. But I think they were all around. They were very good. I might get in trouble if I did. I guess the worst time I ever had was with Ray August. I don't know whether you all remember him or not, but he and I just had opposite. And one day, I don't know what I said, and he hauled off and threw something at me. I believe it was one of those ink things, and I hauled off and threw a eraser back at him, and I thought they was going to kick both of us out of school. But that's one of the meanest things I guess we ever did. But we made a lot of trips together to Morgantown for journalism, and we had a journalism club, and we traveled all over Wyoming, Raleigh, and Fayette County, just, doing interviews and things. So that was a good place, too. But, yeah, that's about all I've got to say. I was Arlene Chambers. I'm Arlene Chambers White. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, no. That's what we was just talking about. No. Nothing on film. Oh, yes. Yes, sure did.
Any fond memories of teachers?
Oh, God.
Everybody else that told me they got whipped. So did you get whipped?
No. Never did get whipped.
You was a pretty good girl then.
I think so. Hopefully I was. What is this for?
Come on, Anna.
I can't.
Talk to me.
Question me.
Tell me what you remember about March.
Oh, geez. I don't know. I really loved it, though. I loved the teachers. They were strict, and some of them I was afraid to move or anything, really. But I really enjoyed it. I think it was just a great school. I really do. I know, that's the sad part. It's really sad now that they are doing that.
Could you tell me about any of your classmates?
I can't yeah, Betty's we need her. I can't even think. You caught me unawares.
Yeah, right.
They were just great classmates. We had them all, it was really fun. Oh, I love the jitterbug. Love the dances, yes, really did. Enjoyed those. So, and I really enjoyed my last year being a majorette. I really enjoyed that. It was Judy and all that. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Really did. So, hooray for Marsh Fork.
You see that close.
Look at this. I know this woman here real well.
She'll tell you some stuff. You gotta get it in.
We're from the class of 58.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same class.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tell us about some of your March Fork experiences.
Nobody want to hear those.
Yeah, some of them are pretty risque. I can't really think of anything. Well, we had great classmates. I'm from Ed White, and Ed White kids are the greatest. No, bar none. But he thinks Mountain View kids are the greatest. Bar none.
Yeah, I went from Mountain View to Marsh Fork, 10th grade, so I was a newcomer at that point.
No, he picked me up.
Oh, he picked you.
I think that's the way it goes. Mm-hmm.
Got married out of high school.
What, 16 years later?
Something like that.
We're back into
72. 72? 58. to 72 or something like that. So,
Going back to back again.
yeah.
We're very good. How are you? Betty Workman.
Gloria Sue Lingle.
Oh, I'm always excited. I come every year. I never miss it.
My first time here. I'm very excited.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's true. That's enough now. No. Well, we're not Marsh Fork alumni. We're just married to them. And they ran off to talk to everybody else. Very, very looking forward to tonight and tomorrow night. No, we've been 2 other times, haven't we? Yeah. We try to get everybody. Yeah. But we tell everybody to come, so we really try to get them to support it. I remember you from last time. Uh-huh.
Y'all doing okay?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Ready for this weekend?
Uh-huh.
We hope.
We hope.
Do I know you?
Oh, they're from the studio, picture studio.
You want us to look pretty?
That's right. We want to know some of your stories.
Some of our stories.
You want to tell you?
Well, I'm Ruth Bradford Ballard, and I graduated in 1943. with a lot of the big players, and when they won the tournament in 1991 with Dewey Romine and Don Lamb, Lanty Gerald, and Dean Gerald. All of those, I can't remember all of them. Daryl Akert. I don't remember the rest of them. It's been too long.
Tell me about some of your high school experiences.
Well, the last year I went to school, the schoolhouse burned down. In 1940, the first part of 1943. We had to go to school in makeshift buildings and down in a little grade school. And we had to graduate. I had graduated in the 9th grade from Mount View, and we had to have our commencement exercise there again in 1943. That's before they built the Marsh Fork High School back.
Ruth is my sister. I graduated in 47. In the year of 1948, I married James Lee, Jimmy Lee. About everybody on the river knew Dr. and Mrs. Lee. They were physicians for the coal company. I lived there for a while, and I went to school at the University of Illinois. Graduated from there. I lived in Sylvester for some time. I lived in Richmond, Virginia. Let's see. A lot of our relatives are dead and buried over here at Sunset. We used to come at Beckley here, and we had a little soda place shop up on Neville Street, and it was the thing to come to after our graduation. And in the summertime, we would meet up here, and we just have fun. Beckley was our city, and well, trying to think of other things that happened. Well, yes, and Mr. Worley, I loved him, and I remember Doris Webb was one of our teachers, and she had to quit because she got ill. So I helped Mr. Worley because I loved play. And we had a winning ball team in the year 46 and 47. And well, I just enjoyed it very much. Mary Lindsay was one of my teachers, and Doris Webb, like I told you, and Bertie Compton is dead, deceased, but she was my home economics teacher. And Carol Gerald was one of my teachers. L.G. Daniels, which is dead and gone now, and he was the coach, and he was also taught us economics. And trying to think what else. Honey, I was in everything. Like I told you, when Doris Webb was ill, Mr. Worley got me. He took me out of typing class. I didn't learn a thing in it. But I had to help him with phys ed classes for the lower classes. But I liked it. But we lived on the farm, and that's when we got our lessons or went to school. We had to study with a flashlight under the blankets because my dad did. And my dad was a barber for an Armed Coal Company, and he cut about all the young men at that age. He cut their hair, and if we dated or looked at anybody, we had to get his okay because he knew everybody, and we didn't stand a chance. He had to screen everybody, and we had a farm, and it was at Rock Creek. And my dad's picture used to be in the paper all the time where he would raise corn and his picture would be there for the 4-H or what have you. But my mother's picture should have been there. And all of us kids. Because while he was out cutting hair, we was raising crops on the farm. And that's what I remember, honey.
Thank you very much. Well, did you need to see this evening there?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
And what year did you graduate?
1934, ma'am. 33rd, no, the third graduating class.
Wow. Can you tell me some things about Marsh Fork back then?
Marsh Fork don't look like the schools that's built nowadays. If you see the old building setting down at Mount View, at Rock Creek, then you know something what the old building looked like, the one we went to school in. It was a two-floor thing. Gym was in the basement. We had 8 classrooms, I believe 8 classrooms, plus a home ec room, and there was a woodworking shop. Anything else? That's about all.
You know how many students were at the school when you graduated?
Ma'am?
How many people were at school?
There was 31 in my graduating class. There was about half of them boys, and they were all dead, but me and one more.
Walker, Russell. I graduated in 1952.
Do you have any memories about Marsh Fork?
Nothing you can tell.
Right. You're right. Nothing I can tell. They're all bad.
I graduated with, I'm Ted Farley, graduated in 52. Oh, yeah, we had a lot of good memories. We had a lot of fun. You know, didn't have many cars and all that, but back of pickup trucks, whatever. But we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
Our memory was every funeral that went on, we got a pass saying that we were excused to go to the funeral because we had to be flower girls, just a way to get out of school. But we had a good time.
take his. Yes. I was just talking about you. I wondered where you were.
This was last week. I retired.
About Marsh Fork right there.
No.
You left there, didn't you?
Yeah, we will take it back to Cleveland.
Say hi, Amelia. We miss you.
I won't do something. Put yourself out.
I was waiting for you.
Generva Beard, 1933, the first year that it was the Marsh Fork High School. I moved from Whitesville up to Montcole, right across the river from the school there, in 1929, and started school in the 9th grade, but it was a Montcole High School then because Mount View had a high school. And I was married 70 years ago because I got married in November while I was a senior. And I'm still living right down there in the same house, first house above Marsh Fork High School on the hard road. I did. I went back there along about 69 or 70, I'm not exactly sure, and taught my last 9 years, and I retired from there in 77. Well, I've lived there, and as I said, I went in, and of course it was Montcole High School until the year I was a senior. 2 weeks after school started, that fall of 32, they brought Mount View and consolidated them with Montcole and named it Marsh Fork High School. So I'm in the first graduating class. And then I still live there. I married there that year. I have 5 daughters and a son that graduated from Marsh Fork High School. And then after my youngest daughter and her husband broke up, her son came to stay with me, and he went to his 3 years of high school at Marsh Fork and graduated from there in 1991. So we have 3 generations there, and I'm still right there close. Oh, I love to come to these. I wouldn't miss it. I don't get around very good sometimes. I missed a couple of years ago because I just got out of the hospital, but I'm able to get out and go yet, so I'm glad to be here. I see a lot of people that I don't see any other time. You're welcome. In the 9th grade. It's the first year they had a 12th grade, a graduating class that year. They graduated in 30, but this was in the fall of 29. I started school there in the 9th grade. My math teacher had been teaching there since it was built. It was built in 1925 to take in for just the 7th and 8th graders. And every year this teacher told us, as the 8th graders would advance to the 9th and then 10th, they'd keep adding rooms onto the school. And the year that I started in the 9th grade then was the year they had the first 8th graders became seniors. But this teacher told me that when she was a teacher there, just when they first built the 2 rooms, and that they couldn't get a man principal hired. So they gave her the principal's job, but they told her that it was with the understanding that when they found a man teacher, a principal, that she would have to go back to step down to a teaching position because principalship was not for a woman. She told me that in the 9th grade, and I've always remembered her saying that back then in those days. A lot have changed. Commencement exercise that year, and I did. And we had 3, I think there was 3 of them, of the first graduating class that were in the audience that day. And as I talked then, I knew they were there. I had talked with them. I had them to stand up and get the applause of the crowd.
Well, I hope you give your speech.
I've got copies of it, and it's been used. They've had plates made with that history on the back of it. There's been a few changes made in it by someone else, or maybe a few mistakes. But I think I wrote the history that they've been using all along as the basis for the school. And I still live first house right above the high school. We don't have it there anymore, but I'm there.
Denise Brown. Everybody calls me Pete. I graduated in 46.
And you have some tales to tell about Marsh Fork?
Well, some I can't tell, but no, I really don't. I was going there when it burned, though, the first time, you know, in what, 41 or 42 when the Marsh Fork School burned. We had a girl that lived at Ed White. She hated school. She was a right. She said, I hope that school burns today. We was waiting on the bus, and they came up and told us it had burned, and she fainted. Just fainted. Yeah. We had some good kids and some good teachers down there.
What's your name?
Ann Lee Gerald,
And what year did you graduate?
46, same with Pete.
And do you have any tales you can tell us?
Well, I had spent many happy days there, and had so many good friends, and seemingly our class was closer than a lot of classes. You know, we and still are, you know, the ones that are left. Of course, we've lost a few. But, of course, I think the first year I went down there is the year they were having classes in some, you know, buildings that had been put up makeshift after the fire, wasn't it? And also, that was a little, you know, an experience and all. But anyway, we had lots of fun. I was a cheerleader all those years. I was down there, active. Wish I had that kind of knees right now that I was using then. But yeah, I wouldn't trade my days. All my family graduated from Marsh Fork High. My husband's family, there was 11 in that family. All of them graduated from Marsh Fork High. So it served us well then.
Well, we're glad to see you guys here tomorrow.
Good to be here. We're tickled that every year we can make it.
Yeah.
Look forward to the next.
Carl Jarrell.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 1931.
And you were a coach there when?
I was a coach in Marsh Fork in 1942.
And what do you have there?
Here I've got, let me read it here if you want me to. Okay. On March 28th, 1942, Marsh Fork High School boys basketball team capped a remarkable season by outgunning Barrackville 57-42 to claim the Class B schools with under 250 students the title. The Bulldogs were the first Southern West Virginia team to capture a state crown on the basketball court. It was an impressive feat considering that with only a week before its next game, the team was introduced to the new coach, Carl Jarrell. After the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, throwing the entire nation into turmoil, the coach of Dunbar High School joined up. The Marsh Fork coach, Clyde Underwood, resigned to fill the position left at Dunbar, and Jarrell came into it. I had taught school at Mountain View Junior High for about 10 years, Jarrell said. I had some good success with teams there, so they asked me to take over at Marsh Fork, employing a full court press defense. Now that's the main thing. The Bulldogs stymied their opponents all season and left many of them in the dust with their fast-breaking offense. Did you hear the two things that made them different from everybody? We never had a technical foul call on us all season that I can remember. We just went on there to play basketball, and play they did. Jarrell's squad featured a balance any coach would love to claim. On any given night, any one of Jarrell's starters, center Dean Jarrell, guards Don Lamb, Virgil Carr, and forwards Glenn Tabor and Dewey Romine were capable of double-digit scoring. The most remarkable game of the season Jarrell recalled was against Collins High School. With only a minute left to play, the Bulldogs trailed Collins by 9 points. As the seconds counted down, the Bulldogs scored basket after basket until they had tallied 10 points to take the lead, all the while holding the Pirates scoreless. We won the game that way. I got a little bit more you want to. Marsh Fork confounded nearly all of its opponents all season, with the exception of Talcott, en route to its third straight Raleigh County crown. Talcott toppled the Bulldogs 50-45 in the first meeting, then pulled out a 36-35 overtime victory just 11 days later. But in the all-important sectional tournament, which decided the regional tournament entries, Marsh Fork put on the afterburners in the fourth quarter to top the Pirates 40-35. At the regional tournament, Marsh Fork topped Sandyville, Gilmer County 61-52, putting them on the roster for the state showdown in Morgantown. The Bulldogs whipped their semifinal opponent, Athens, 48-39, a payback for a first-round state tournament defeat the previous year, and then breezed past Barrackville to the final to win Marsh Fork first and only state title, 57-42. Huh?
Good job.
Well, I did the best I could, and it was good enough.
Did that get to the state tournament, did it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There were two men came over to me while I was waiting to get to the tournament trophies, and the team was sitting there, and one of them is Jerome Van Meter. You know him? He said that you had the best team here in the tournament. See, then there was Class A and Class B. We were in a Class B. Then there's another coach, I don't know what his name was, he came over and told me the same thing. He said, you had far away the best team anybody here. And I didn't think very much about that, and really he was telling me it was the best team in the state then. That's what it was.
Sound like you had a great team there.
Yeah. and it was great because I had them to play full court press defense. Quick went up and made a goal. We didn't turn around and run back down the other end and set up a defense. We all got on defense right then. See, it's 5 of us against 4, because one of them had to get out and throw the ball in. Lots of times they intercept the ball and go back and make nothing. Sometimes make 3 goals on straight before the other team even got back down to where they're supposed to shoot.
Wow.
Anna Gerald
When did you graduate?
in 1953.
You got any stories in this year?
Not really. It was a fun school, and I hate to see it close.
But are you having a good time this weekend?
Oh yes, real good.
Margaret Miller. I taught at Mountain View 31 years. I taught 40 years altogether, first grade. So, yeah, I'd love to come and see them. This is the joy. I seeing these kids I had in the first grade. That's great. Mm-hmm. I can't think of anything. I've been retired since 71, so most of my memories are gone. I taught the first grade and she taught the second. One year we got all the children that we'd had in the first and second grade together. Of course, they were grown. But I have a huge picture at home with all of them in it. I'd love to have had that today. It's been great.
Wheels. I've lived all my life mostly in Marsh Fork District. I didn't go. Margaret and I talked together at Mount View. No, in 1930, 1925, they built 2 high schools in Marsh Fork District. One was Mount View and one was Montco. I went to Mount View. And then in 1932, they combined both schools and it became Marsh Fork. But I graduated from Mount View and I taught there. About 30-some years. Margaret was the first grade teacher and I was the second grade. And I usually got her students. And there's dozens of them here tonight that we taught in the first and second grade. Well, I don't know if there'd be any that, anyhow, teaching then was not like it is now. I was practically a school nurse because we didn't have a school nurse up there. I pulled teeth and I doctored whatever was wrong. I listened to their sob stories. Of course, it was different then. You could take a child up in your arms, and if it needed to be comforted, you could do it. You can't do that now. But it was a good time. It was entirely different thing from what school is now. Students were different, parents were different. We had as many as 42 and 43 in a room. Now teachers have maybe 20 or 21. But we turned out some very intelligent kids that we're proud of. This is great. I imagine we're the 2 oldest teachers. I was 91 and she was 92 this summer.
a long conversation about talking about your dad. I'll never do that again. Three main classes of food. You know what the meal kit does?
What?
Breakfast, dinner, and supper.
Works for me.
I couldn't pluck it.
What year was that?
I taught 49 through 57. We won 2 county championships in 2 years.
Basketball?
Football.
Football. Oh.
And besides that, you get me now? Look good? You ain't getting me. Yeah, I saw David.
She got most of the water as far as I could think of.
What you say? Would you like some ice water in your
No.
You want me to throw it in there?
Old and sleepy.
Thank you.
She used to be Kate Jones, but she married she called crazy too, but this was Kate.
miles, you can get it over with.
Turn.
Turn. Too early in the morning for this.
That'll work.
Pro V.
I'll look for it after a while.
It's good, you know. That'll work, George.
Nice shot.
Ooh. How many shots you giving me today? 8 strokes?
He can't hear you.
He hears me.
No, he didn't hear you, I don't believe.
8 strokes. What? Give me 8. Good ball, Carl.
That'll play.
Well, today I hit me on the track. Well, we was up there.
Yeah.
Hit me on the track, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good ball, Ryan. Say cheese. Cheese.
Well, that's probably just a tip away.
I believe you better hit him now.
That's in the woods.
Some John Cantor do everything.
I just wanted to get one off so y'all wouldn't be nervous.
You got another ball in the park?
Oh yeah, I carry much of it.
Get over it, Bob.
Oh yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can hit from a lady's tees now. I didn't mean for it to be bad.
We like it too. I don't have to hit from the woods, and I'm getting a jokester here.
I didn't see where mine landed. They just didn't see me hit it.
Well, I'm with you, Dale.
You're loose now. I'll probably have to hit
You
another
gonna run out of film on us.
Hopefully.
Another ball on me. Got one, but I'm gonna hit it.
Here it is.
You don't have to hit one.
Yeah, you can hit 2 off the first tee.
Well, if you go in the woods, you don't have much choice, do you?
Nah. Everybody gets them all off the first tee. She'll have the camera off the second time. Oh yeah.
She lays. Oh, man.
Where'd it go?
Right
Straight down the middle.
Down the middle.
Oh yeah.
Kick to the left.
I'm done.
That's
it for the day?
You don't have to film
For
it.
the day,
You don't have to
I'll
film it 2 times, do you? She said, "Yeah, I want some funny stuff in here."
Go get behind him and straight swing it and shut it
That's a
out.
daggone shame. It was the best ball I ever hit, and I couldn't even see it fly.
Well, you got it on camera.
It's pretty.
You were right there about 110 yards from me.
I saw it when it hit. I didn't see it now. Y'all hadn't told me straight down the middle, I wouldn't have a clue. Give her a tree.
Never touched it.
There.
Yep.
There
Oh,
it
there you
comes.
are.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm playing now.
You killed 3 birds, buddy.
I might have to straighten up and try to hit it
Turn
turn
out to be a nice day.
It's gonna be pretty.
Dang.
It's just,
You have to beat that one out.
Do it again?
Chester, that's gonna be seen. You can't be cussing.
I didn't cuss. I caught myself.
You got the volume down.
You didn't see a
I hope.
Beep, beep.
I quit.
You're loose now,
Yeah,
Sid.
go over and lay you
Loose
one.
now.
He's rattled.
I'm
Go
just
over
gonna-
and lay you one down over with
of all the total, switch every 6? Or Vegas?
Both. We do that for 10 cents or
most of them in the woods.
Yeah, I hit a tree late.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit another one.
Yeah.
All right.
I sucked down a couple motories, so I'll be in good shape. Get this put it dead.
Turn that one over.
Oh, yeah. Think we'll find one there.
Give us something to follow, man.
I think I could play golf too.
What'd I tell you, Greg? Where it went, what?
Man, where Cleveland Indian had up here.
I ain't saying that. I like the Indians, man. Yeah. They'll be a good team in a couple of years. There you go, John. Nice ball, buddy. That'll work, buddies.
I can follow suit.
Would you go with the first time Nick played?
Now you got a choice.
Somewhere in that area, 'cause it's not that easy. Nice ball, good score.
There it comes. Coming right down the hill here. See it?
Right the edge of the rest.
Come all the way back down here. Down.
Down there.
I didn't even see it. Went left down over there. Way left.
I don't know if it might be out there, Johnny. I can tell.
I'll hit another one. I'll hit a provisional. Probably be worse than that.
Don't let him hurry up. He's been holding us up all day.
But that group in front of us hit 27 balls.
Yeah, boy. I can feel Bill. But they went down here, so they're going to play good enough to hit from here. That's in the ditch. Like the old swing there, boy. Yeah. There it goes.
I wish they'd let me get home today.
Well, how far is it from the goal?
I tell you that down in the hole, that's not the smartest thing I've done. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what's his like John Kingsbury? Johnny popped his up like that.
Camera's on.
Johnny.
That's a good ball, Gary.
Well, mine is, I put away most of the morning.
too much.
Let's get ball in there.
I don't know whether they'll come down to the bottom or not. Well, I better go call my buddy.
Was that 5 wood?
I use that one like Greg Daniel.
He's in the water.
Take
Unless
the mile
he
over
goes.
that water.
Yeah,
Way over that water. I'm hitting lots of trees, y'all, but I hit good. Hey, for a little tree.
The wind's coming back at you, then I better play me one line a little bit.
Kill it. I want to see you kill it.
No, I don't want to kill him. He's little boy's playing the 5 wood. He can put a driver on there. Why don't you put one on the green, boy? Make a good swing, son.
Oh.
Yeah, that's in place, huh? Now, that's probably the best one. I thought down there, it was like start pad.
Right up past that tree.
Just right down, I'm the handsome one there, right there down there.
She's got that mark down.
That's it.
There you go. Good ball.
Carl Gerald.
What year did you graduate, Carl?
When did I graduate? 31.
1930. Percy Gerald. Give him the mic and let him tell us when he graduated and what his name is.
Percy Gerald, 1928, Norfolk High School.
This is a class of 1945. My name is Pete O'Connor.
My name is Jenny Ruth Secrease Sundin.
My name is Velma Reed Robinson.
My name is Rachel Hill Allen.
My name is Marie Davis White.
Sorry.
My name is Betty Cantley Billings.
Annalie Broom Gerald, 1946.
Debbie Williams. M.G. Marshall Clendon, 1946.
Bernice Lovely Brown.
Cam Wiley.
Don Bradley.
We are the class of 1963. Marie Dilly. Milam. Joyce Harris Cantley.
Connie Humphrey Stone.
Patsy Morris Gwynn.
Carolyn Long Griffith.
Karen Farley Daly.
Jack Honecker. Everett E. Hooten Jr.
Gail Griffith.
Carson Keith Hall. This is the class of 1947. My name is Donald Gerald.
My name is Geneva Lovely McCormick. You are
Lillian Armstrong Collins. Charlotte Miller Gray.
Otis Dickens.
Just tell them your name.
John Cantley.
Carolyn Snodgrass Wright Patinsky. Doris Beard Withrow.
Brenda Sauls Boggs.
Judy Webb Fortner.
Sandy Price Hackney.
Dolly Brown Petrie.
Carl Brown, Strongsville, Ohio.
Lois Dickens Griner, Brunswick, Ohio.
Kermit Petrie, Glenn Daniels, West Virginia. Gary Reeves, Eunice.
John Daniels, Naoma.
Nancy McIntyre Stepp. Eunice.
Gary Von Gallett.
We are the class of 1952. I'm Celeste Davidson Schnabel.
Selma Shorter Shaw. Dorothy Beard Graybill. Elizabeth Sancho Harris.
Betty Walker Russell.
Patricia Massey Gerald. Patty Castle Hall.
Bunny Bias Williams.
Ted Farley, class of 52.
Betty Hooten, class of 52.
Tom Kalinowski, class of 52.
Robin Gerald, class of 52.
Ted Bone, class of 52. Lee Lynch, class of 52.
John Burgess, class of 52.
Class of 50, Dorothy Eversole Boyd. Lorraine France Miller Coiner. Donna Raines Todd.
Polly Ann Peters Kirk.
Betty Bone.
Rose Delgado Wills.
Reba Wiley Weber.
Class of 50, Dewey Clay.
Class of 50, Maynard Daniel.
Class of 50, Eunice Bradford Gerald.
Class of 50, Gene Wills. Class of 50, Bob Daniel.
I'm Patty Jo Wall from the class of 1954. Alma Eversole Gerald, 54. Maiden name Daniel.
Patsy Farley Petrie, class of 54.
Margaret Cantley Holt, class of 54.
Patty Miller Webb, class of 54.
Bob Milam.
Norman Peters.
Eugene Peters, class 54.
Ralph Bernard in 1954. Goodbye.
Noel G. Morris, class of 54.
Dick Sellards, 54.
We are the class of 1948. Oh, my name. Melba Stover Merrill. Margaret Stamper Walker.
Luther Halstead.
Charmaine Gallimore Macy. Annalie Daniel Dickens. Your name.
My name is Dewey Boone, Jr. I started to ask for people.
Carl Bogus.
John Hall.
We are the class of 1956. Catherine Helvey Bone.
Kay Jones Cantley.
Mary Ellen Hall Summers.
My name didn't change. I'm Bob Gerald.
Dave Lynch.
Shelby Dean Bone.
Bob Blackcat Elkins.
We're the class of 1957. I'm Judith Castle.
Hazel Harris Watson.
Carol Nesmith Dean.
Patricia Gerald Helvey. Peggy Farley Rizzuto.
Nancy Martin Kagoy.
Mary Beard Armstrong.
Ken Marshall.
Willa Jean Massey Dickens.
Denver Turner.
Jean Stewart Johnston. Mary Lindsay Burris. Janie Sloan Johnson.
Phyllis Tabor Bogus.
Lois Ann Williams White.
Bernice Petrie O'Connor.
Frances Mooney Sleeth.
Helen Hunter Dishman.
Phyllis Gano Farley.
Robert Brooks.
Today I brew, tomorrow I bake. The next day the Queen's child I'll take. For none can guess my fame that Jim Marshall is my name.
Bob Helvey. Bob Miller.
John Earl Milam Jr.
Anna Gerald.
This is the class of 55. Jeanette Step Skeens. Norma Honecker Farley.
Madeline Gray Marshall.
Eula Smith Brooks.
Sue Blaylock Gerald.
Lois Darlington Petrie.
Mary Jane Hunter Gerald.
Robert Homer Petrie.
Carl Bogus. Charles Eugene Petrie. Jerry Cooper. Bob Stamper. John Petrie. Coba Gerald. Larry Castle. Aubrey Ward, better known as Sunny.
We're the class of 67. I'm Pauline Maynard Stepp.
I'm Marvella Gerald Stover.
Debbie Hall Peters.
Peaches Cantley.
Flora Etta Gerald Kreider. Charlene Patrick Hall. I get it out later.
This is the class of 1968. My name's Clyde Stepp. This is the class of 1968. And say your name.
Class of 1968, Nancy Dickens Kellis.
Class of 1968, Linda Harold Adkins.
Class of 1968, Sharon Snodgrass Miller.
Class of 1968, Sharon Cook.
Class of 1968, Pauline Patrick Russell.
1968.
Donald Atkins. Bill Miller, class of 68.
Corliss Goebel, class of 68.
Gary Howell, class of 68.
Ronald Dickens, class of 68.
Danny Flint, class of 68. Ed Burns, class of 68.
Jackie Miller, class 68.
We are the class of 62. Ray Butter.
Gloria Sue Clay Lingle.
Justine Cook Hudgens.
Bobby Webb Farley.
Agnes Sauls Petrie.
Stanley Cook.
This is the class of 1958. I am Judy Kellerman Lynch.
Shelba Lonker Bradford.
Annalou Petrie Schaub.
Lois Petrie Joseph.
Wayne Harless.
Nelta Darlington Marshall.
Dixie McIntyre Carter. Peggy Webb Massey.
Dee Cantley.
Raymond Salgado.
Betty Gilbert.
Barry Webb.
Denver Turner. Bill Fazell.
Lloyd Gerald.
We're the class of 1965. I'm Sandy August Hamilton.
Kay Kinder Chalice.
Mary Ellen Bradford Kalinowski.
Marlene Cook Lucas.
Wilma Honecker Cook. Judy Turner Griffey. Rosie Ash Canaday.
Tex Kreider. Gary Peters.
Brenda Parlari Reeves.
Herman Lee Morse.
Roger Russell.
Judy Rife Daniels.
Jerry Kennedy, class of 61.
Norman Buckmalum, class of 61.
Dave Burford, class of 61, and we're the best.
Peggy Bruno Wade, 69.
Sandy Russell 69.
Kay Srat 69. Charlotte McAbeer Dickens 69.
John Canterbury, the great year of 1969.
Steve Worley, 1969.
Nick Reeves, 1969.
J.L. Cook, 1969.
We are the class of 66. I'm Mary Ann Smith.
Juanita Gray Williams.
Patricia Crutchfield Harmon. Mary Jane Hunacre.
Eugene Miller. Everett Jr. Cook.
Jerry Harris.
Jerry Bruno. Pat Belcher at the ripe age of 55, and I'm single.
We're the class of 1960. My name is Joyce Allen Thompson Stavrakis. My name is Geraldine Cook Workman.
Julie Sue Kyle Arrow.
Janet Massey Boyer.
Sandra Davis Peters.
Thomas Bo Greiner.
Nora Hall Gower.
Chris Charles.
Regina Burnside Petrie.
Jim Farley.
Sharon Carter, class of 72.
Gary Prince, class of 75.
Marquita Workman Prince, 1973.
Grace Brock, 1971.
Terry Petrie Daniels, class of 78.
Pat Daniel, class of 76.
Kenny Bailey, 1971.
Gloria Beard Sadler, 1970.
Janie Petrie, 1976.
Debbie Reeves Morgan, 1970.
Kathy Wills Honaker, 1972. Diane Nesmith Reeves, 1972.
My name, I'm Geneva Beard. I graduated in 33, mother of these girls.
Dorothy Beard Graybill.
Doris Beard Withrow.
Gloria Beard Sadler.
I wasn't going to do all that. Mary Beard Armstrong.